Hello, this is Mijun retiring with United States stocks. Nice to meet you. Today is our channel's very first video. Thank you for watching our first video. First of all, I'm an ordinary office worker in my mid-40s. I'm not an economic expert, nor am I a stock expert. It's just that the word retirement, which is approaching in the near future, makes me think a lot, feel afraid, and worry a lot. So recently I chose to invest in United States stocks as a way to prepare for my retirement fund and started investing. Thinking about it, I realized that other people around me probably have similar concerns and worries as I do. So I decided to start this channel. If we share information together and talk about our worries and vague fears about the future, maybe we can create a space for conversation that helps each other. That's the purpose behind starting this channel. Please show a lot of interest and support for retiring with United States stocks in the future. Then I'll go ahead and start the first video I've prepared. Hello, this is Mijun from Retiring with United States Stocks. Let's begin today's United States stock news for June 18th. Welcome once again to Mijun, where we stick to the fundamentals of United States stock investing. Some of you were probably expecting the usual intro and might be a bit surprised right now. It was a familiar voice, but a very different intro, right? The intro you just heard was actually from exactly 5 years ago. On June 18, 2020, it was the intro for Mijun Broadcasting. Let me show you that video for a moment. I actually recorded it a day before. I recorded it on June 17, and the date it was shared was June 18, 2020, exactly 5 years ago. If you look at the title of this broadcast, it says, "Can you retire in 15 years by investing in United States stocks?" It says it's a $3.3 billion retirement fund project, and this project is still ongoing. 5 years have passed, and now I'm working hard toward my goal of $3.3 billion. Well, during that time, the Mijun channel has gone through a lot of evolution to get to where it is now. Thanks to all of you, I was able to survive for 5 long years. During that time, a lot of channels related to America have appeared and disappeared, and many YouTubers who started with me back then are now nowhere to be seen. But thanks to so many people who have steadfastly supported Lee Ji-hoon, I'm still able to sit in front of the camera and repeat this intro once again. Actually, today, I was a bit worried about how I should do a special broadcast. Should I talk about stocks like I usually do? Or, since I used to sing often on the broadcast before, I thought maybe I should prepare a song. Those of you who came to the last offline meeting will remember, I can't sing as well as I used to. As I get older, my voice doesn't come out like it used to. So I felt a bit of pressure, and that's why I prepared a slightly different broadcast today. Let's put aside the stock talk for a while. Coincidentally, there wasn't much big news yesterday, and the market atmosphere hasn't been very good lately. Well, nevertheless, as I always say, war can actually be seen as a buying opportunity. I believe that war and geopolitical risks can't ruin the overall market trend. So if the stock prices keep going up like this, that's good, and if this correction goes a bit deeper, it will create a buying opportunity at lower prices. That's how you should see it. How do I know? Honestly, I don't know either. There's nothing certain in stocks, but stocks are ultimately a game of probabilities. When we look at the history of the United States stock market, whenever stock prices dropped due to geopolitical crises, it was always a great opportunity. So I'm betting on the probabilities with the belief that this time won't be any different. Of course, nothing is ever 100% certain. That's why, in my case, I always invest only about 80% of my total funds in stocks and keep the remaining 20% in cash to prepare for any unexpected drops in stock prices. Alright, then let's get started with the June 18th 5th anniversary broadcast, which we've prepared in a slightly special way. I put a lot of thought into preparing for today's special broadcast for the 5th anniversary of Mijun. As I mentioned earlier, since my singing skills have declined, I can't sing. So I thought a lot about what kind of content would make this 5th anniversary a special broadcast worthy of celebration. So instead of singing myself, I noticed that artificial intelligence has advanced a lot recently, and there are many artificial intelligences that can create songs. So yesterday, together with the WIZNA ONE members, I decided that I would play for you the most popular artificial intelligence song, the one that received the most votes among the songs I created with artificial intelligence. And one more thing, even if no one has directly asked, I think many of you are probably very curious about how much income I actually make running the Mijun channel. Since it's not a huge secret, I was willing to confidently share it with you all. We're a community of people who are now preparing for retirement by investing in United States stocks. But just like all of you, I also have my own job, my own profession. I invest in stocks, but I also make a living as a full-time YouTuber. So I'm sure you're curious about how much income a YouTuber of my size actually makes. I'll answer that question for you in a little while. Now, before I reveal my earnings, let me first share some various statistics related to my YouTube channel. Now, as I celebrate my 5th anniversary, there's something I'd like to ask of you all as well. I'm now showing you the statistics from the past 28 days on my YouTube channel. If you look down here, you can see the watch time. And the watch time is divided into two categories. The first is the watch time from subscribers, and the second is from people who aren't subscribed and just drop by. So if you look here, 16% of viewers are watching but not subscribing. Personally, I feel a bit resentful about that. So if you enjoy Mijun's content and occasionally watch the videos, I personally hope you'll hit the subscribe button at least once. Now, I'd also like to ask a favor of those who are already subscribed to the Mijun channel, and I'm very grateful to you. Here there are two percentages shown. 12.8% and 6.7%. Let me explain what these percentages mean. Among Mijun subscribers, only 12.8% have enabled notifications. So, when I upload a new video like this, a whopping 87.2% of you don't receive notifications. Personally, I think only a very small number of people have enabled notifications. I would like to see some improvement in this area. Everyone, since it's Mijun's 5th anniversary, I have a small request. Please go to the main page of the channel right now and make sure to turn on notifications. And I'll scroll down to show you a bit more information. As you can see here, there are percentages for male and female viewers. Among those who watch the Mijun channel, 61.1% are men and 38.9% are women. So I guess I haven't gained that much popularity among women yet. Here you can see the device types. When watching Mijun broadcasts, it seems that about 78% of viewers use mobile phones or smartphones. Only 11.8% of viewers watch through computers, and just 8.6% watch on television. And there's some really interesting information down here. It's a breakdown of viewers by age group. Now, first of all, it seems that teenagers aged 13 to 17 aren't interested in the Mijun channel at all. And do you know what's even more surprising? You'd think people aged 18 to 24 would be at least a little interested in stock investing, but only 1% of the viewers are in that age group. My style and way of speaking might be a bit overwhelming for some. It's kind of cheesy, you know? So these days I personally think that young people might find me too cheesy to watch, to the point where they just can't stand it. That's my own diagnosis. And now, only 8.1% are in the 25 to 34 age group. On the other hand, the highest percentage is in the 55 to 64 age group, which makes up as much as 30%. And the second largest age group is 45 to 54, which is actually the age group I belong to. So people around my age make up the second largest percentage. And what's surprising is that those over 65 also make up more than 20%. So in conclusion, people over 55 account for as much as 50%. While analyzing these percentages, there was one thing that came to my mind. In the future, when I go to Malaysia, I plan to increase productivity and diversify the content on the Mijun channel. When I go there, it's for people who are a bit older than me, as well as those who are around my age. I plan to develop content about going downhill. Going downhill is a term I personally use very often. It's when we've reached our peak, the peak of our lives. Now, I personally think that we have to live our lives as if we're descending the mountain, step by step. And this path down the mountain can actually be much more enjoyable than the climb up. It can also be more rewarding. So, it's not just the moments when we reach the peak of our lives that matter. Even after reaching the peak, we can still fully enjoy a happy and fulfilling life. And to do that, we need to prepare in various ways. And personally, I believe investing in United States stocks is one of them. Anyway, from now on, I will try to develop more content for people in my age group and for those who are older than me, focusing more on content for seniors. And lastly, if you look at the regional distribution, only 67.4% of viewers are in Korea, so it's not even up to 70%. And amazingly, viewers who are spread all over the world make up as much as 32.6%. All right, once again, I sincerely thank all the subscribers from around the world who are joining the Mijun channel today. Now, as I promised at the beginning of the broadcast, I will reveal the earnings of the Mijun YouTube channel. Before I show you the earnings amount, all right, then let's first take a look at how many videos I've shared so far to earn that kind of revenue. Here it is. I first launched the Mijun channel 5 years ago, and over the past 5 years, I've uploaded a total of 1,819 videos for you all. 1,819. Let's take a moment to calculate what this number of videos actually means. I started the Mijun channel 5 years ago, which is about 1,825 days, 365 days per year for 5 years. That means I shared 1,819 videos over 1,825 days, nearly one video daily. Personally, I'm a bit disappointed. If I had pushed myself just a little harder and made a few more, I could have achieved one video per day, but unfortunately I didn't quite reach 1,825. And here you can see how much you've watched Mijun over the past 5 years. It's a total of 62 million views. That number exceeds the population of South Korea. So you can really see here that so many people have clicked on Mijun's videos over the past 5 years. Finally, the moment you've all been waiting for, the Mijun YouTube channel revenue reveal. Here it is. You have allowed me to earn a total revenue of 679,940,000 won so far. So, as I mentioned earlier, there are a little over 1,800 videos. If you divide 679 million won by 1,800, the revenue I make per video is about 330,000 won. So, every time I upload a video, you can think, oh, this person is making about 330,000 won per video. And since I made about 679 million won over 5 years, you can calculate that I earn around 10 million won per month. For some people, 10 million won a month can be a really large amount. And for others, they might feel that the earnings aren't as high as they expected. Let me briefly explain from my personal perspective. Before I started working full-time on the Mijun channel, I was a hotel general manager. The income of a hotel general manager is listed here as 600 million won, and that's about right. At best, you can make about 100 million won a year, but the bonuses are quite generous. In my case, it might sound like I'm bragging, but I was a very successful general manager, so I received very large incentives every year. There was hardly ever a year when I didn't meet my goals. And there's one more thing. The hotel general manager is provided with a house, a car, a driver, and can eat at the restaurant every day. Housekeeping is taken care of, there are no utility bills, and you don't pay taxes either. Of course, that's for expats like me, meaning general managers working overseas. So honestly, while I was working as a general manager, I hardly had any living expenses. At most, about 1 million won a month. And even when we travel, actually, hotel general managers often let each other stay for free. So I've stayed at some of the world's best hotels and hardly ever spent much money on vacations. My yearly living expenses are at most 10 million won, even when I splurge. So if I earn 100 million won and only spend 10 million, I can save almost 100 million won every year. Now, since my living expenses were so low compared to what I earned, my standard of living could be very high. And it was the job of general manager that laid the foundation for me to actively invest. Now, after I switched to being a full-time YouTuber, there were a lot of changes. Because, for example, I'm living in the United Kingdom right now, and the housing prices in the United Kingdom are very expensive. Right now, just the rent I pay each month is about 4 million won, so my living expenses alone are at least over 10 million won a month. So in that kind of situation, with that level of income, I couldn't continue my life as a YouTuber. So there were many times when I felt a sense of reality hit me, and I often wondered how long I could keep living like this. I felt really anxious about it. As you all know, I'm part of Generation X, and Generation X, in a way, is facing a very tough environment. Because, as I mentioned before, Generation X is said to be the last generation to support their parents. But that's not all, because we're also called the first generation that has to support our children. We're called the sandwich generation, a truly gloomy generation. That's how I describe it. I also have my own parents, and I have my father-in-law and mother-in-law as well. I feel a certain responsibility to support these people and take care of their future. On top of that, I have 2 young children, and I have no idea what their future will be like. I wonder how much of a foothold they can secure in the fight against artificial intelligence and robotics, and whether they will truly be able to stand on their own. I have a lot of thoughts about whether they will be able to live their own lives and have their own world in the future. That's why financial issues have become a huge concern for me. So, inevitably, I've been addressing these issues by selling various memberships. For example, through memberships like Seeking Halpa or partnerships with Choice Stop, I'm receiving significant financial support. But there's one thing I can confidently tell you. I live by the philosophy of win-win. For any relationship to be sustained continuously, I firmly believe that a contract that only benefits one side can never be established, and an interaction that favors only one party cannot last long. So whenever I introduce any program or membership to you, you can trust that I am confident it is based on a win-win situation. What that means is, when I introduce Seeking Alpha's promotions to you, or when I tell you about Choice Stock's discount events, it's because I am confident that this membership will help your investment activities. This is the one thing I can say with certainty. Now, there's also something I'm really grateful for in this regard, and that's the Mijun members. If the Mijun members weren't here, if there weren't people joining the paid membership, I probably wouldn't have been able to run the Mijun channel for this long. There were so many times when I wondered if I should just go back to working at a hotel. But as the Mijun membership started running successfully, I was able to become free from these financial problems. Once again, I sincerely want to thank all the Mijun members from the bottom of my heart. So this time, now I will read a few reviews left by the Mijun members who have supported me for 5 years, allowing me to carry the title of Mijun and keep going until now. First, this is a review written by someone with the username Hanulbitj on June 16, 2025. I've been with Mijunim since she first started YouTube, but because I was battling cancer, I was only able to join the membership now. She has always been consistently diligent and someone who gives faith and trust, so I watched her YouTube channel with a grateful heart. After joining the membership and reading the posts she shared, I realized she's truly as sincere as I thought, without the slightest difference, and it really warms my heart. I anticipate your continued assistance. Many thanks. Hanulbitj, I'm really curious if your battle with cancer has ended now and if you've regained your health. Thank you sincerely for your kind comment. Next is a review left on May 21st by someone using the identification LCT. For the past 3 years, I've devoted myself to value investing, spending 3 to 4 hours a day studying stocks during company lunch breaks, and after work. I've been learning steadily through summarizing articles, watching stock-related lectures, and reading books. But as time passed, it felt like my efficiency was dropping, and on days when I took a break from studying, I would feel anxious. Retiring with United States stocks? I watched YouTube every day, But since I was already subscribed to another paid membership, I didn't subscribe to the membership. Then I joined for the first time this time, and after a month, I'm so satisfied that I regret not joining sooner. Above all, compared to the other membership I used before, the depth and direction of the content are definitely different. Instead of just providing simple information, it teaches you how to think and act from an investor's perspective, which has been a great help in understanding the flow of investing. Naturally, I ended up canceling all my previous memberships, and now I'm only subscribed to Mijun. Day by day, my perspective on the market has changed, and I no longer get lost in the flood of information. Now I can make investment decisions more calmly and confidently than before, and the direction of my studies has also become clearer. I'm glad that I can finally put into practice the saying I've always kept in my heart, stand on the shoulders of giants. Mijun considers it an honor to stand on the shoulders of giants and wants to continue growing together steadily in the future. Thank you sincerely. Thank you LCT and Nim. I really appreciate your long review. And I'm at a loss for words because you rated me much higher than I deserve. I will do my best to live up to these high expectations. Lastly, this is a comment left by someone using the username Gosohanmandu, and it was written on February 19th, 2025. It's been over 4 years since I started listening to Mijunim's broadcast on my way home from work. Even now, but especially during those 4 years, it was a period of self-development without any income. Thanks to Mijunim, I was able to make a significant profit with the savings I had set aside. I sincerely thank you. Also, of course, most of the things were recommended by Mijunim, but I believe the choice was mine, and I'm gaining a small sense of accomplishment from that as well. It greatly helped me as a newcomer to society. As always, I appreciate your ongoing support going forward. It's a bit embarrassing, but I think it will be helpful for Mijunim, so I'll leave a proof shot as well. If you're considering joining the membership, the later you join, the more you lose out. She also promoted Miju's membership like this. I'll try clicking on the proof shot. The total profit for January 21, 2023 to January 21, 2025 shows a simple rate of return of 135.46% and a money-weighted rate of return of 163.58%. I'm personally very proud that you let me know about the amazing profits you're making. I also want to sincerely thank you for joining the Mijun members, even though you're a rare young person and had to endure my cheesy voice. I hope you'll stay with us for a long time. Today is June 18th and you're watching the special Mijun broadcast. Now it's time for the final segment. The last special event we've prepared for today is the Mijun theme song. I don't have the ability to compose music myself, and although my younger brother is a composer, he's so expensive because he's a really famous composer. So I had no choice but to use the power of artificial intelligence to create the Mijun theme song, the Mijun song. Yesterday I ran the artificial intelligence and it completed about 20 songs. So I selected the 4 I liked the most and asked the Mijun members to vote on them. And here are the results of the vote. After voting on the 4 candidate theme songs for Mijun, song number 2 received over 50 votes and turned out to be the most popular. So for today's broadcast, we'll wrap up by playing and sharing Mijun theme song number 2, which was created together with artificial intelligence. And there was someone who gave us an idea through the comments. Is someone with the username ISK, they've listened to the 4 Mijun theme songs. They felt the songs were a bit too long, so they suggested making a shorter logo song instead of a full theme song. It's a really great tip to make it easy to hum for a moment. So it would be nice if we could play it briefly at the start of Mijun's broadcast. I used to listen to Lee Moonsee's Starry Night very often in the past, and I still remember it. That short logo song that played at the start of the broadcast really stuck in my head for a long time and never left. So once again, with the help of artificial intelligence, I'm going to try making a short logo song. Well, anyway, today is not about the logo song. It's a theme song that's about 1 minute long. Let's find out what kind of lyrics and melody the Mijun theme song has. This is the song that 50% of the members selected as the winning song, so let's listen to it. Even if you're not a member, if you join the Mijun membership band, I've released these songs for free, so I think it would be good for you to listen to all 4 songs. This is the end of the special broadcast that we sent you on Mijun's 5th birthday. I sincerely want to thank everyone who has been with Mijun and loved Mijun over the past 5 years. And I have one announcement to make. Tomorrow Miguk Jinchi will be closing. So on the occasion of the 5th anniversary, I think I'll take a day off as well. Please keep this in mind, and Migun's investment journey will continue in the future. As I promised in the very first broadcast of Mijun, until the day I retire in style with a retirement fund of 3.3 billion won, Mijun's journey will continue to be shared with all of you. And more importantly, Migun's journey is not one that I take alone. All the viewers who are joining me for this broadcast and the members who are supporting Mijun in every way so that the broadcast can continue are also part of this journey. Just like me, until the day you can retire with United States stocks, Migun's happy broadcast will continue. Alright, to everyone who joined us today, I sincerely hope that you will continue to cherish and love Mijun in the future as well. I will also do my best to keep growing as Mijun so that I can show you how I repay your love and support. Let's all keep fighting together until the day we can all retire with United States stocks. Have a happy day, thank you.
The start of a small dream is important. Let's plant a hopeful future together, growing little by little every day. Do you feel excitement in your heart? Let go of your greed. It won't be any different this time either. The result is just a continuation of the process. Even if dark adjustments come, I'm not afraid. Holding Mijun's hand, I'll move forward and become the light for the unseen tomorrow. Let's make happy investments, support each other's dreams, and walk together down this beautiful downhill path. Happy investing together with Mijun, all of us, until the day we boldly retire with pride together as one.
Next.
See you in the video.
Thank you.